Nation, long awaited. We are back. Let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it. Man, it's been a long damn time, bro.
It has been many moons. Real quick, man, salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history. As always, we appreciate every single one of you guys. Also, salute to everybody watching, listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. We are now available audio only, so make sure you guys go subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all that good stuff. Make sure you guys wipe them feet over on YouTube. Man, pay your bar tabs, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. It has been way too long, man, but the dynamic duo is back in the building, and we got football, you guys. Wasted, how you feeling, man?
Man, listen, I've been waiting for a month of Sundays for some real football to talk about. No conjecture, no guesstimation, just real, actual information, man. I'm hyped, bro. I'm so hyped.
I am hyped as well. Once again, man, salute to everybody here in the chat. Primos, we're going to start there here in a second as well. Salute to Jack Besh. That is solidified. Our guy is locked down. Our second round guy to TCU has signed his contract. He's officially a Las Vegas Raider. We're going to go over the Christian Wilkins latest news. He is now on the PUP list, but I know a lot of people are freaking out about this situation. I'm actually happy that they placed him on the PUP, and I'm going to give you my reasons why. And I think Waste is going to agree with me as well. This could have been an easy situation where they could have just said, yo, he's done for the year. You know what I mean? Put him on the PUP. They'll figure it out. I'm hearing some good things behind the scenes, but I don't want to jump the gun just yet because once again, that foot injury and Wasted is talked about it a ton, being that big, and it's very difficult to overcome a Jones fracture in your foot. But it sounds like, okay, everything is kind of going in the right direction with Christian Wilkins. What do you think about this situation? Wasted, today, it's official. The Raiders placed Christian Wilkins on the PUP list. This came after Pete Carroll in May, I believe, says something along the lines of, this is a long, challenging process. It's going to take some time. Today we do it. This is day 2 of rookies reporting to training camp. He's still wearing the boot. Football's right around the corner. How you feeling about this, man?
Well, two things. A lot of people look at this from a glass half empty perspective. I look at it from a glass half full perspective because by them putting him on a PUP list, that means there's a timeline there. So there's a timeline between, the beginning of the season where either he gets healthy or he doesn't, right? But by them not unilaterally just saying, hey, he's out, that's a very, very encouraging sign. Now, this is the thing, man. When you talk about Jones fractures, which is a fracture of the base of your 5th metatarsal bone in your foot, it normally results from like forceful twisting or inversion of the foot or sudden pivoting, jumping, all of that kind of stuff, right? Repetitive stress. And that is the reason why when this first happened, I was so concerned. I was concerned before the season even ended. And Graphk, you remember, I was concerned because big men with a foot injury is never good.
Never.
Especially somebody who has to use that particular foot to garner, because they say in football, low man wins. All of that force comes from the lower extremity of your body. Yeah, you need those feet, right?
Yeah.
And like Graphk was saying,
yo, what you just said reminded me of
the Pete. Yeah,
I got fat Pete.
You got the fat Pete. That's the problem, right? but listen, the fact that there's a timeline is very encouraging.
Yes.
Now, look, we know that by the virtue of the fact that he's still in a boot, there had to have been another surgery along the line. They didn't have to divulge that to the public because it's the off season. But that's clear. That's clear. We don't need to be in the building to know that that's what happened, right? So for me, right, you know that their timeline for him to be back on the field is between now and the first 4 games of the season.
Yes.
So it's a 6 to 8 week injury. We are way away from 6 to 8 weeks, right? We have 6 to 8 weeks, not 8 weeks, but we got probably 6 weeks of the offseason left. So Christian Wilkins, listen, if we're talk about him getting conditioned, staying with the team, which I've heard he's been in there or inside the building every day. He knows the scheme. You can get a Christian Wilkins possibly by week 3 if everything goes right.
Maybe even before that. We do not know. Once again, there's so much speculation about this situation. You know what I mean? Is it, did he have the second surgery? Did they go in and fix? Did they remove the
screw? Because they have to have that screw to hold the bone together. It's a very small bone in your foot. So the problem is that when people talk about healing, on the surface, you can probably see that the bone is healed, but that bone is like a cylinder or tube. So it has to heal all the way around. And sometimes the doctors can't see that with x-rays because of the way that bone is positioned. And he probably, and this is just strictly my guesstimation, my educated guess. This is a hypothesis. This is not fact. So, before all keyboard warriors who have a problem with us using our deductive reasoning, I'm going to put it out there, right? I think he probably had a weakness in the bone, the part of the bone that they couldn't see. And when they took the boot off and had him running and stuff, he probably felt that shooting pain in his foot. It's a small bone. And they were like, wait, this isn't right. We got to go back to the dance floor again. And I think we're going to be good going forward. The only thing, and I don't mean to grab, I gotta let you cook. The only thing is this. I look at this in a glass half full kind of perspective, because if Christian Wilkins is out the whole season, they have a way to get out of the contract the next year. And know that Pete Carroll and John Spytek, the one thing that I noticed that they prioritize in their short time here is health and the number of snaps. They like players that have played a lot of snaps. Alex Kappa played a lot of snaps, right? All of the guys they drafted played a lot of snaps. And they draft healthy guys. So health is a big sticking point for this particular. That's probably why they got rid of Nate Hobbs, because he wasn't the healthiest guy in the world.
So, well. Let me say this: they replaced him and they went and got Eric Stokes, a guy that has not been healthy as well either. So
but on the cheap,
a 1-year private deal, right? Yes,
on the cheap. They're not paying him premium money for him. They're like, listen, man, if you're going to be a guy that's an injury concern, we're going to pay you peanuts and give you a half-eaten sandwich. And I love that. Is real GMing. That's real GMing, man.
No, salute to the chat. Everybody's saying that Wasted is now the official Raiders foot doctor. I love to see it, man. The gout specialist. I see the new doctor on YouTube for foot injuries. I love to see it, man. Wasted is getting so much praise and his flowers for the way he's breaking down this situation. So real quick, salute to Ian Rappaport. He put it out there earlier, you guys. The Raiders did place DT Christian Wilkins on the physically unable to perform list, as Wilkins is recovering from foot surgery. So that's interesting, because that's kind of the first time that I actually heard that recently. You get what I'm saying? Like it sounds like it was a second surgery that probably took place. He's been making sound progress recently. So that is the key word, you guys. He has been making sound progress recently. So I am with Wasted. I'm expecting to see him potentially somewhere between week 1 and 4. There's no real rush. We drafted 2 new DTs. We got Jonah Lalu, who looked good out there last year. We got Fotu, who was getting first-team reps at mandatory minicamp and OTA. So I'm excited regardless. I do believe that Christian will be good to go here soon. But this was the right move. We talked about it the other day. Me and Sanjit were like, it's only pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's going to get on the PUP list. We knew that he wasn't going to be ready to go just yet, right? But with all the speculation and everything going on around this, at least we have some type of solidified news out there. He's on the PUP list. He's not ready to go just yet. But just like Wasted said, I'm expecting him somewhere in the first quarter of the upcoming season. Salute to Matthew. Excited to get this football season going, to get more Graphk and Wasted shows. Salute to my guy, 76.9 in the building. Man, appreciate you, Matt. Salute to Coach. Yes, did you hear the good news? Mike Williams retired. It's funny because we're not going to speak about this at length, but it's funny because what is he, 30 years old, 29, 30? He's still fairly young, right? They just placed him on the PUP list, so I don't know if it was injury related. Jordan Lewis, the Jacksonville Jaguars corner, put something on Twitter that was actually hilarious. He said, Mike Williams got his first taste of a Jim Harbaugh offseason and was like, no, let me just go ahead and check out. You know what I mean? So, I've heard from numerous people, and I've seen players talk about this a ton as well, that those Jim Harbaugh off seasons are they're no punk, bro. You know what I mean? So
he's an old school football coach, man. Listen, bro, this man played under Bo Schembechler and Mike Ditka.
There you go. Right there you go. But it looks as though they may go out and bring in Keenan Allen, bring him back. It makes sense, right? Replace another guy that you brought back a retread with another retread in Keenan Allen, who had a respectable season last year with Chicago. He was the third option, had over 700 yards receiving. So I can see Keenan Allen. I can see potentially an Amari Cooper situation, but and it sounds like Quentin is still out there dropping footballs left and right. So they need some wide receiver help, definitely. But hey, you know what, Coach? I'm going to say this, man. I'm not going to do the good news thing. I watched Mike Williams very closely at Clemson. I was a fan. The injuries, all the stuff that was going on at the NFL level, being a Charger definitely made me grow some hatred towards him. But, man, congratulations, man. Enjoy your retirement. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really have a knock for Mike Williams. I mean,
that is a very, very – you have grown in ways, man. I am proud of you, bro.
Hey, man.
You have grown as a person, but I am going to take the other route.
You going to object?
Why would that be like good news that he retired? I like him on the field because the guy is effing terrible. This guy led Hunter Renfrow.
No. Wait, so you're not getting what I'm saying. This means that Quentin gets more reps. Yeah,
but we could have had a double dip of Brick Henry. You would have had two people dropping footballs all over the damn place. Now we're stuck with somebody. Listen, you say what you want about Keenan Allen, barbecue chicken, man. The man is going to catch the ball, and he's always a problem for us. Right? So I don't want to see Keenan Allen back. I would much prefer Mike Williams. Listen, he is the white tiger of the Chargers organization.
Yes.
I mean, he looks like Tarzan and plays like Jane.
I find it hilarious, too, that he retires and Trey Harris immediately signs his contract. Like he's right back in the thick of things, baby. You know what I mean? So, but I'll say this, man. Christian Wilkins, get healthy. We have not heard anything from him firsthand. I have not heard anything from his representation. The Raiders, outside of Pete Carroll saying it was going to be a long, challenging process to get him together, at least we have some type of news where we know what we got going on moving forward, man. So I'm excited to see Christian here in the near future. Once again, salute to Mike Williams. He's a Charger, so I don't really care. But, congrats on his retirement. Salute to Jacob. Me and my pops are going to the Colts and Raiders game. Hope to meet y'all. I know Graphk said something about going with Stu. Let's effing go. Raiders, I will be there. I will be there, Jacob. I promise you. Me, B, my brother Jason, Raider Demon King, will be there, and Stu. So, and maybe we can get wasted off his soapbox. And he doesn't like these small Middletown towns. He doesn't like the Green Bays and the India. If I say, yo, we're going to Puerto Rico to watch the Raiders, Waste is like, oh shit, what we doing? I'll bring the sunscreen and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Look, man, you know me. I'm not the podunk town master. I'm cool. I'm cool. But you know the funny thing about Indy, man. Indy is God's country. It is the heartland of America. But I have no interest in the world of gracing Indiana with my presence.
I'll tell you this: it's an upgrade over West Detroit, where we resided for the draft.
Man, West Detroit was like Shangri-La to me, bro. Listen, I need to be somewhere I can walk down the street at 3:00 in the morning and go get a beef patty with cheese. That's just how I am, yo. That's how it was in Detroit, right?
This is facts, and
we fit right in. And you know what's crazy? You would think that like people would be like, yo, they not from around here. We're gonna try to press an issue or press a line. It was none of that. Nah. They were like our peoples. Come on out here, baby.
Salute to Detroit, man. I love Detroit. Salute to Jacob. Appreciate you on the $5 special. Salute to everybody here in the building once again, watching on YouTube and Twitter. Get those likes up, man. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also, once again, salute to everybody listening on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. We got a lot of things cooking this upcoming season, you guys. Me and Wasted have been working around the clock behind the scenes. There's a lot of reasoning why we have not been live together because we have a lot going on. But trust him, this is going to be a phenomenal season. Hopefully our team wins a ton of football games because we have a lot of plans and we've been executing like crazy. So definitely stay tuned. Let's get to the next subject, you guys. Jack Besh, my guy. I'm going to own this. I don't care what anybody says. I was one of the only people in the world to say the Raiders are going to take Jack Besh.
I didn't think he'd be available.
Hey, I had us in the third. And essentially, we did trade back twice in the second. It was kind of the end of the second round. So it was pretty much a third-round pick.
Yeah.
But he officially signed, you guys, which is great. Raiders have agreed to terms with the second-round pick. Jack Besh, he's excited. I see him all over Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff, praising God, talking about his brother Tiger. I love to see it, man. Once again, this was not a character thing, you guys. This was not him trying to hold out. This was him being a businessman and allowing his representation to do the right thing for his young blossoming career. So, but he is officially signed the 58th overall pick of this year's class. Signed, was it a 4-year deal? Yes, I don't have the numbers on it.
Yeah, man. I mean, the thing is, when the deal is that new, a lot of the times they don't have the actual numbers, right?
Yeah.
And then the apple cart kind of got upset by them trying to hold out for guaranteed money. Yeah. So normally they're slotted in a certain way, right? So I think it'll come out pretty soon. I don't see anything on the wire about the actual numbers, but the thing is,
it's not fully guaranteed. It is not fully guaranteed, Spoon.
No, and bro, you knew that the National Football League was going to hold the line on this, right? Because the thing about when you're in a union, right? And I think that, just me coming from some of that kind of stuff, right?
Yes.
In my professional life, I think that, the agents and the Players Association, they were trying to set a new precedent because you go off of past practice, right? So a situation like this, if you would have got another 3, 4, 5 guys to get guaranteed deals, that would have been the state of being for the rest of time. Now, as a fan, you're like, man, and I'm just speaking, right? As a fan, most fans are against guaranteed contracts in a sport with a hard cap. Yes. Because, when you talk about baseball, you talk about basketball, it's a hard cap, but it's not at all. Yes. Because they can pay luxury tax, they can do all of this little weird stuff to
so many nuances in those other
nuances. You could just fit contracts together. You can have 3 superstars. You could still money ball those sports. That's what the Dodgers are currently doing, right?
Yes,
because they're willing to outspend everybody and they just pay it on the back end. In basketball, the same deal, right? Which that metric hasn't worked as well. But in football with a hard cap, you got to eat that contract.
Yes,
and fans are like, man, I like the players. I root for them to make as much money as possible, but to have a second-round pick all across the league, where a lot of times second-round picks are just as up and down as first-round picks are.
Yeah,
and have them have guaranteed money. What that would be doing is setting the stage for the entire roster of the National Football League to have guaranteed deals.
Definitely,
and that is something that the owners are not trying to hear.
Yes. Man. But most of this contract will be guaranteed for sure, but once again, it won't be fully guaranteed. I believe Vinny B put something out there on Twitter or was on somewhere. I believe Vinny B reported on it that it won't be it's not a fully guaranteed contract. And all these other guys that are coming out getting these new deals as well are not fully guaranteed. I think Nick Ormwarney, I always butcher his name.
And the safety
fully guaranteed with Seattle. The young safety out of South Carolina, I believe he is fully guaranteed. So there's still a few guys in that second round whose contracts are looking nice. But once again, Jack Besh is official. He is a Raider. And yes, Eddie, Des Bryant did have high praise for Besh. Des played the majority of his career in Dallas. He's very familiar with TCU and the kid, Jack Besh. He put on Twitter, he will be playing in the NFL for a long time. And everybody under that tweet was definitely praising Jack Besh, saying you're a ball knower, ball, Des, and so on and so forth. This is a guy, I'm trying to tell you guys, once again, Jack Besh is going to be a great player, barring any setbacks in terms of health, God willing, he stays healthy. This dude is going to be a phenomenal football player for us. Salute to Eddie, man. Let me get these supers in real quick. Salute to David. Hope to meet Shieldmore at the Commanders game. I'm there. That is definitely a game that me and my brother Wasted are talking about going to.
Definitely.
So stay tuned for that. And we're trying to figure out now, David, a game that we can all go to Las Vegas that fits everybody's timeline and schedule. So stay tuned. We're hitting one game this year in Vegas together. Yeah. It's Shieldmore. So, and salute, yes, man. Salute to my guy, 6058. Love both of y'all channels. Got to give Wasted props. The JT Collab. Keep up the great works. Great work, fellas. Raiders. Yes, phenomenal show that my brother put on. JT was just sitting there kind of mesmerized and impressed, like, wow, this dude is doing, this is the thing, right? I've had an opportunity for the last 3 or 4 years to be able to, watch my guy do what he do. So it's not surprising to me. That was regular wasted to me. You know what I'm saying? So, he's always, sometimes he be acting like, oh, but most of the time, he's right.
Oh, wow. No, the disrespect will not be tolerated, bro. Will not be tolerated, bro.
Nah, but I loved the collab, and I'm looking forward to seeing my brother over there on his channel as well, and them guys linking up and doing a lot more. Also, you guys, we're working on a lot more link ups. Sincere McCormick is going to be back on Wasted channel here soon. We got Levi pulling up. You know what I mean? He'll be on the show here very, very soon. Working for the Raiders. We'll talk about. I don't want to put too much out there.
Yeah, man. Because a lot of times, man, you get different energies that are involved with the things that we got going on. And it's best. Yeah. The game is best to be sold and not told, right?
Yeah.
But bro, I want to say this too.
Real quick. Trayvon Henderson got a fully guaranteed contract from the Pats. So some teams kind of caved in, and that's kind of crazy, man. And once again, he's going to be that guy there. But they got Ramondre Stevenson. For them to fully guarantee the guy with another guy, he had the case of the fumbles last year, though, wasted.
Yeah. And plus, not for nothing, bro. I don't know if I'm wrong, but didn't he get nicked up a little bit at Ohio State?
Yes.
He got nicked up, right? Mm-hmm. So you're giving, this is what I mean, right? It might not be a skill thing. It might be an availability thing. Like availability and skill go hand in hand in the National Football League. You got to be available to be great. Yeah. So you're giving these guys guaranteed contracts fresh out the boat, and you don't even know whether they can take the rigmarole of the National Football League. It's a grown man's league, bro. It's not, no disrespect to college football players, right? Because that's damn near becoming professional.
It's a different beast, though.
But it's a different beast, bro. You got guys that are trying to pay their mortgages and set up generational wealth. Yeah. It's a lot different because you do have, the top half of the roster in college football that are NFL players. But when you go to NFL, everyone's an NFL player.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing. And look, I'm all for player empowerment. I'm all for people getting their money.
Definitely.
But I just have to give you the other caveat of why teams are against.
But I'm not shocked. New England's at that point, and where they are right now. Wasted. They're that team that is trying to get back to where they once were. They overpaid a ton in free agency. It's not a shocker to me that they fully guaranteed Trayvon Henderson. It's not a shocker. Look what they paid Milton. Like look what they paid Robert Spillane. And it's no knock to our guy Spill, but they paid him a ton of money. So I'm not shocked. New England is trying to build a culture out there. The new head coach, Mike Vrabel, is trying to instill this new mentality out there. I think it makes sense why they did it. They have the money, right? They have the most money in this offseason. So, I mean, it really isn't that big of a deal. Salute to Ty. Finally caught alive, working overnights now. So I'm stuck watching reruns. Great show with Brick and Wasted, and great show with Sanjit Graphk. Salute to my bro. Salute to my brother Ty, man, in the building. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, definitely,
bro. So much. James says, just curious on you guys' thoughts. I'll say this. I only have one thought on it. First and foremost, it sounds as though he won't be returning to Texas A&M, regardless of how this situation pans out. But this is Cincinnati. This is Cincinnati Bengals. This is what they do. And now they're stuck watching TJ Watt get that massive deal, over $40 million, the highest paid non-quarterback in football. And now they got to take care of Trey Hendrickson. They could have got that. Bro, that Max Crosby deal is looking swell right now.
Yeah.
Wonderful. But now Cincinnati's in a situation where your rook is not signing on, and now you have to pay potentially Trey Hendrickson north of what TJ Watt got with Pittsburgh.
Yeah. And bro, this is the thing. It's better to be early, right? That's the reason why when they did the Max Crosby deal, I was so happy. Yeah. And that's part of some kind of the apprehension to the Raiders not being first to the table with Kolton Miller, right?
Yeah.
Now it's not the same. It's not the same level of player. It's not the same person. It's not any of that, right? But at the end of the day, man, the Cincinnati Bengals are run by a man who inherited his team. Now, most people do inherit their team. You got to understand. You got to understand who Mike Brown is. And, they have a stadium that was paid for by the taxpayers. That's fully paid for. Yep. That stadium, everything that happens at that stadium, if they have a Beyonce concert at that stadium, they get all the residuals and the gates. Yep. That's a stadium that is paid for by the taxpayers. That guy will not go in his pocket. We've watched the Cincinnati Bengals have an embarrassment of riches and fortune in my lifetime, I've watched the Bengals go to the Super Bowl twice.
Yeah.
They've gone to the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, no, they went 3 times because they went with Ken Anderson.
Niners beat them, Rams beat them.
The Niners beat them twice. And that's the thing. Because Ken Anderson, when I was a kid, it was Ken. That was Joe's first Super Bowl.
Boomer, and then Boomer, and then Boomer.
And then it was Boomer, and then Joe came back and beat him again, right?
Yeah.
So I've watched them go to the Super Bowl 3 times. Now, I don't really, full disclosure, I don't really like remember. You know what I'm saying? It was in my lifetime, but that wasn't a vivid memory for me the first time that they lost when Ken Anderson was there. I don't really remember that. I remember Ken Anderson playing for the Bengals. But I don't really remember that. But what I'm saying is that this is a guy who has grifted his way to ownership. And I think Mike Brown, man, is everything that's wrong with the National Football League.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the way he holds line, the way he wouldn't let Carson Palmer go and just let him waste away and stuff. I hate that, man. Yeah. Like, yo, you're not like there's that dirty little secret. When I talk about owners, and I don't like to talk out of turn with owners, but when you talk about owners that are trying to win and guys that are just cool cashing that check, as long as a certain amount of revenue comes in, that's Mike Brown. Yeah. And that's the reason why when you guys disrespect Mark Davis, it makes me mad. Yeah. Because this is a guy that's trying to win. There's not a lot of owners that are trying to win no matter what. You got to be thankful for that.
They know what to do. That owner is paying their skill players, the exciting players, the Jamar Chases, the T. Higgins, and rightfully so. They're great players. You take care of your quarterback and Joe Burrow. But once again, we know that defenses win championships. And it seems as though that this misses. It seems like his thought process just cannot, can you stomach that? Like, understand you have to take care of your defensive players as well in order to become champions. I mean, that team against the Rams, man, that was a great football team, though. That they slightly beat us in the wild card. They found a way, to lose in the Super Bowl. They got there, but once again, there's only so much you can do when you got these players on the cheap. Now, when Judgment Day hits, you got to take care of these guys, and now you have to figure out a way around it.
Like, and they never do, right? Like they what they did was they caught the rookie lightning in a bottle with a few players, and that's what you kind of hope for. Like if I'm being honest with these Raiders, right? The timeline for the Raiders to go to the Super Bowl and win it starts this year and it ends in 4 years.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
Because then you got to pay Brock. Then you got to pay Genty and
Matt to be coming on the table. I mean, you never know. Yeah. At that point, your young quarterback, whoever it is, maybe looking at an extension. You're right. So
that's the thing. So that's what everybody is saying.
Yeah, guys.
Yo, everybody, and this is the thing, and that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm not really worried about the Christian Wilkins situation. I'm not worried about it because either which way, either he comes back and he balls out and he's himself. Or he's not himself, and we cut bait and we save money and go out there and get someone deserving of that money. And also, there's another caveat to this that nobody is really hitting on. And guess what? What we do over here at the Graduation Show is we land on Plymouth Rock quite literally. What I expect to happen is I expect for Tyree Wilson to show improve in a defensive tackle position, and they're going to use him in some NASCAR stuff. They're going to use him in a situation kind of similar to the way Justin Tuck was used.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about young Justin Tuck with O.C. Umenyiora and Michael Strahan.
He looks like him on the football field. You know what I'm saying? Like, but once again, they have other guys that they're high on. I know firsthand they're high on Jonah Lalu. You know what I mean? So we shall see what he looks like this year. They brought in a veteran info too. So there's plenty of talent there at the defensive tackle position. They brought back Adam Butler on a new deal. We'll be fine in the meantime. And even if Wilkins can't play this year, I think we'll be okay in the middle of that defense. You brought in JJ. You brought in Tonka Hemingway. I believe in Rob Leonard. I believe in Patrick Graham. And I definitely believe in Pete Carroll to get these guys up to speed pretty quick. So we'll be okay. Salute to Holy Moly Donuts. Great way to kick off the weekend with the content. Let's epic go. Salute to my guy, Holy Moly Donuts on the $10 special. Salute to my guy, Spoon, as well. We appreciate you, brother. If you guys want to become members of both channels, the links are pinned up top. This definitely helps us keep the lights on, especially in the dark days in YouTube in the off season. So if you guys want to become Green Dot and get off my lawn game, make sure to hit that link up top. And once again, we will be doing members only shows all season long. So you don't want to miss those. Become a member like Spoon. Appreciate you. Salute to all the new members, the 5 members in the building that are new. Green Dot Gang. Yes, get those questions in, you guys. Let's have some fun one more time, man. Graphk and Wasted and Graphk Show. Christian Wilkins officially placed on the PUP list, so we won't see him at least for a little while. Jack Besh is officially signed, so our second round guy is good to go. It looks like that receiving core is intact. All 11 rookies are signed, you guys. Yeah. So we are good. There's no hiccups outside of the Jack Besh situation. That wasn't a Raider or a Jack Besh situation. It was an NFL league-wide problem with Cleveland and the Texans that created a mass hysteria within the NFL with that second round thing because they fully guaranteed Carson Schweizer and Jaden Higgins. So, but once again, we never questioned Jack Besh and his character. We knew it was going to come down at some point, and here we are.
Look, when you talk about Jack Besh, you talk about a person with ultimate character. You talk about a guy that has overcome a veritable tragedy, right? And he showed up. This is a man who is playing not for himself, but his brother, because his brother had a chance to be in this league, and his brother, got killed by a bunch of terrorists down in New Orleans over the holidays, and it's a complete and total tragedy, man. So this is a guy who's playing for something greater. These are the kind of players, man, and I know it sounds corny, but it's real. Like if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. This is a player that I will guarantee you will be a productive, high-crust, high-end player because he already has the ability, he already has the work ethic, and he's playing for something beyond something that he's playing for his brother, man.
High crust,
man. I'm thinking pizza right now.
I love it.
Or maybe I'm thinking about the core of the earth.
Yes,
because it's the mantles and crust and whatever But at the end of the day, this is the kind of player you want. This is why I loved it. This offseason, man. Look, man, there's a lot of hopium that comes around in the offseason over the years. There are times where we know that the Raiders are making chicken shit and turning it into chicken salad. Yeah. And we just have to, as fans, have to accept it, and we have to look at the kind of the pretty picture and the ugly pixel, right?
Yes,
dude. We don't got to do that this year. When you look at these guys and you look at the method, there's a method to the success that the Raiders are going to have this season. Now, do I expect them to go to the Super Bowl? No. Am I guaranteed that they're going to go to the playoffs? No. But what I'm guaranteeing you is that they damn sure ain't going to be 4.
They're going to be competitive.
They're going to be competitive. They might be 7-9 or whatever. Or 7-10, or they might be 8-10, whatever.
We're old enough to remember 16 games.
Yeah, bro. So my bad. But the thing is this, this is a team that's not gonna go out there and get their ass kicked all the time.
Yeah,
this is a team that's gonna be out there. They're gonna really compete, and that's a real thing.
Real quick, I want to let you guys know, those who are listening to the audio, I was not laughing about the Jack Besh situation. I seen a comment in the comment section. Wow, Wasted was talking about something serious, and rest in peace to Tiger. Salute to Jack Besh. This new job got me watching content from the rafters like Sting and WCW.
Oh my God. It's the man they call Ty Davis.
Salute to our brother Ty.
Salute to the Stinger too.
Yes.
Salute to the Stinger, man. And salute to Bill Goldberg, the most overrated wrestler of all time. Retired.
Yes.
Who the F cares? Hey, you know I hate Bill Goldberg.
Crust.
That's right. You love crust. I hate Bill Goldberg, and I don't want to talk about wrestling, but he injured and ruined the excellence of execution's career. And Bret Hart is one of my top 3 favorite wrestlers.
Oh no! Do you see what happened with him? And we'll get off that situation. Do you see what happened with his retirement match?
No.
So he complained because at the end it was on NBC and they cut his retirement speech off, right? WWE uploaded the retirement speech. It went viral all over the place. Bill said he felt slighted and it was negative. And no. Bro, he speared the ref, Little Nate.
Oh,
broke his rib. Bro, he broke a rib on the way out, bro. He broke. It's not Bill Goldberg until you break.
He hurt somebody. Get him the F up out of here. That guy, Bill Goldberg is the most overrated bum of a wrestler I've ever seen. F him.
Salute to Silent. Besh or Thornton is going to be the wide receiver too. I'm calling it. Either or. Well, I mean, that's kind of easy to say. Silent. I mean, that's kind of like cheat code format. You know what I mean? Honestly, Trey Tucker could be that. So there is an argument here. But they drafted these guys, one pretty high in the second round, and the other in the fourth. And we're hearing really good things out of Henderson already. So I love what you're doing here, but you got to get a little bit more.
Man, get the F up out of it. He's like, I'm calling it now. 1 + 1 equals 2. Get the F up out of here, Silent.
I'm calling it now. Geno Smith is going to be the quarterback 1, and Pete Carroll is going to be the head coach of this football team this year.
Look, man, listen, guys, you guys heard it here first. Mark Davis owns the Raiders. He's going to continue. Get the F up out of here, Silent.
Yo, and also, Silent, calling it here now. Wasted loves crust.
I'm calling it right now. Graphk actually has crust on his feet.
I was waiting for the back tooth.
Listen, bro. I saved that. I saved that later. Say that for later. The little.
I got ahead of myself, man.
You got ahead. I'll say that for later. I'm sharpening up the butter knife. Yeah.
Salute to my brother Zon in the building. Also, it's always good to see our guy here gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my guy, man. Zon, always good to see our brother in there in the chat.
Dave Zon is right. He's blocked. Said Bill Goldberg, who get the F up out of his Zon. You are blocked.
Salute to my guys on and salute to all the new members in the building. Once again, if you guys want to become members on both sides of things, green dot and get off my lawn gang, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Paper Chase says, I'm calling it now. I love BBWs. Hey, man.
Yo, shout out to you, man. Salute to you, man. You are a gentleman and a scholar for loving BBWs.
Simple says, this year we have more solid players. Pause if necessary. No, that's not a pause-worthy thing. Then question marks. That's reason for optimism. It doesn't get any more real than that. This is facts. Salute to Simple as F. And I love this. I actually hit him up and congratulated him on both platforms. You love to see this. Salute to Kirk Morrison on becoming the new Raiders radio color analyst.
Yeah.
Oakland's own. Grew up loving the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like this
I love a linebacker.
Oh my God, bro. We loved Kirk Morrison, man. To see him be able to do this is phenomenal. And he hasn't stopped since he left the game. I think he was actually commentating the NFL flag football on ESPN2 today. We were at this barbecue spot. We were watching it. I could have swore I heard his voice commentary, but this is great, man. To see one of our own come home and do that. That is just a blessing, man. Salute to James and salute to Kirk Morrison, our guy. Got a chance to hang out with him at the alumni party for an extensive amount of time. Him and Stu are very close. Very, very good dude, man. It couldn't have happened to somebody better than Kirk, man. Salute to him. Salute to Gio. Yes, salute y'all. Wasted. Great show with JT. I'm eating Korean barbecue while watching the show. Ain't a better Friday, man. So glad football is back. Salute to my guy, Gio. Enjoy that food, man. And yes, you are definitely right. That was a phenomenal, phenomenal show. Salute to USC. Gifting 10. I mean, look, Green Dot growing crazy today. Salute
I mean, what the F? You guys have neglected to get off my lawn game. What the F is going on? What is weird? Yo, listen, all you old guys, what the F is going on here? You are leaving me at the altar here.
Welcome to Green Dot Gang, man. And I'll see you in Indy, USC. I will see you in Indy.
Bro, let me ask you a question, man.
Let me ask you several questions. Another 5. OLV.
Yes.
Hey, I can predict something right now, Wasted. That's 15 new members right there. Oh
my God. Yo.
You know what? I'm taking 25 of those, and I'm throwing a waste this way.
No. F you, David Zahn.
Oh my God.
That's right. That's right, because I told him to get the F up out of here.
And this is how you know we're new to the whole audio podcast where people are gonna be like, what is going on?
I know. Sorry, audio people. Audio people, listen, audio people, there's a man named David Zahn, and he is a demon.
He's a demon. He just gifted 50 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Zahn, I appreciate you, my brother. As always, salute to you. So that means so much, man. It definitely helps us once again keep the lights on over here at Shillmore. My dogs, man, 50 new members in the building because it's on. If you guys can, man, put some thank yous in the comments section to all of our guys that are gifting these, man. Because Ty is too. Everybody's gifting them. Ty, my brother, you already know, forever indebted to you as well. You guys are the greatest. When we say that you guys are the greatest YouTube comment section in history, we totally mean this. We have the greatest. And I don't even mean it just monetarily. I mean this in terms of bringing it, bro. The content, just I love one thing me and Waste to talk about is the side conversations that you guys always have.
Yeah,
there we go, Taino.
Oh, Taino with the bomb. Let's go. Let's go. My guy Taino.
Let's go, Ty.
Taino, I gotta let you know something. Check this out. I will never send this glass to Graphk Raider. Ever. Ever.
Tino, he's you know what?
Yo, you ain't seen my jerseys, bro. Listen, same time, man.
Holding pattern.
Same time.
Yeah.
Listen, bro, look.
You are the crust of the earth, Wasted.
Yo, the crust of my jersey. This guy won't send anything. The F up out of here. Until there is a jersey at my doorstep, you will not be receiving the pimp chalice.
Yo, man, salute to Tino.
Thank you, Eddie Farragon. Was sending 0.
I have this feeling, man, that Ant really turned his membership button off on YouTube. There's no way he misses all of these, bro.
I'm glad it couldn't happen to him.
Me too. Person. You're the most despicable human being on planet Earth, and I hope that you and Gray Dot Gang live together in a miserable filth of a 1-bedroom apartment.
The Gray Dot Gang, it's just him. He's the only one. My God, Taylor, salute to my dog, man.
My God, man, we appreciate you, brother. That means a lot. Get some questions in, you guys. This is us just coming in today and having some fun. We wanted to talk about the Christian Wilkins situation and the Jack Besh, but it looks as though our brother has some stuff. Go ahead, brother.
Yo, bro, I wanted to ask you about Jamal Dean right now. Look, there's a relationship with him and John Spytek, right? And you know, I just want to know, man, like, do you think that's something that the Raiders would, you know, I hear a lot about Terry McLaurin, all these other people. I really think that the Raiders need to go out there and try to make a move on a vet guy. And I'm not saying from a talent perspective. We have a very talented secondary. I think they're going to do well. I just think it's always good to have that veteran guy in the room. And what do you think about the Raiders going out there and trying to bring in a Jamal Dean, man? Jamal, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
That was a crusty way of saying his name, Wasted. Look, I like Jamal Dean, and this would definitely fit a massive need on that defensive side of the ball. What does that contract look like? Do you know? I know he's going to be 29 this season. He's 28.
I gotta pull it up, man. Jamal. You know what it is, bro? I always call him Jamal because when I say Jamal, I think about Jamel Hill.
I think he signed an extension like recently, right? And there was some talks of them potentially trying to move him because of the price tag.
Well, all right. So, yeah, this year his base salary is $12 million. His proration is 2.2. GM roster bonus cap hits $15 million this year.
Okay,
right?
That's not bad though. That's not bad.
So he signed that deal in 2023. It was cap hit was $3 million. Then it was $14 million last year. Then it's $15 million and another $15 million next year. So he's like 5%. Or 6% of their cap, and there's only a dead cap hit of $6.8 million, and then next year is 4.5. Right
now, he's missed some games in recent memory. I think last year he missed 5 games. The year prior he missed 4. Before that, he's missed only a few games each season. This is another guy, Wasted, that hasn't had any Pro Bowls or All Pros under his belt. Play both sides, you know, at the corner spot. I mean, look, I don't have an issue with potentially making a move because if we do, I trust Spytek. That's the reason I wasn't very upset about bringing in Kappa, because I think that they have a plan and they expect, like, if anybody can bring anything out of these guys, it's Brady and it's Spytek, right?
Yeah.
So if they chose to move on from him, I'm here for it. I mean, I would definitely take a look at it. I mean, but I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, they had a chance to go get Ramsey for potentially, well, I mean, honestly, they got rid of another great player, Mika Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen, right? Yeah. So the difference between bringing in some of these
Tariq Woolen, bro, please give me Tariq Woolen. I want you
now. Look, if you go out there and you're gonna give up some capital, what you want to do is you want to get a Tariq Woolen. Tariq Woolen is a guy that's still young and he's super talented. He played
last year of his deal, Wasted. That said the last year of his deal.
Yeah, and the thing is that I don't know how friendly John Snyder and Pete Carroll are at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if they split amicably. I really don't know, right? I know that John Snyder got his start with Pete.
I have to say this. There was a player, there was not a player, but a Seattle Seahawks fan that popped in the other day and was talking about the potentially the Raiders bringing in Tariq Woolen. And it sounds like even Pete had some struggles with him. He benched him at one point as well. We know that Pete drafted him out of in the 5th round and turned him into an all-pro season. Yeah, and then he's been okay since then. He's kind of a polarizing figure up there in Seattle because they know what he can be, And it's just like hit or miss sometimes, you know what I mean? But he has the length that Pete Carroll likes. He's still young. He's on an expiring contract, so it won't cost you an arm and a leg. And there is Pete Carroll and that GM and that owner definitely have a relationship. They were on that plane on the way to the Senior Bowl, I believe. And next thing you know, Geno Smith's a Raider. So they definitely have a connection there. And there was talks of the Raiders potentially bringing in DK. So there's still a pipeline there to Seattle. That's what I would do. I have no issue looking at Jamel Dean, but once again, if I'm going to pay $15 million per, go give me a guy in Tariq Woolen for a mid-round pick and pay him that kind of money. He's younger, and he already has an All-Pro, Pro Bowl year under his belt where he led the league in picks. His rookie season was 6. I think he was like co-leader. It was like him and somebody else that had 6 apiece. Yeah. So but I wouldn't have an issue with that. Where did that come? You just kind of just looking at some corners and thinking maybe we can make a move?
Well, what I try to do is I try to draw that connection, right? Like, of course, so we talk about Rick Woolen, of course, right? That's a low-hanging fruit. But then you got to go a little deeper. You start looking at the Brady caveat. You start looking at the Spytek caveat, right? Look, there are a couple of players that I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, man, I would love to see if the Raiders wanted to go to a veteran presence, right? Like Vita, Rick Woolen, guys like that. Because there's some good relationships and there's some guys in that building that are getting towards the end of their run as far as from a contract perspective. Right now, Vita is one of those guys that I can see him like retiring there. Right.
Oh yeah, he will.
I can see him being like Vince Wilfork.
He's not going anywhere. And look at all the money that they've already put on that defensive line. Regardless if you want to make a move for Vita, Christian Wilkins is paying a shit ton of money. Max new deal. Malcolm on a 1-year deal, inexpensive. They just brought Adam Butler back. So I don't know if they, first in Tampa would try to finesse the hell out of us because they know our situation with Christian Wilkins at this point. So, maybe they work with Spy a little bit because definitely Seattle work with Pete Carroll. But I mean, he ain't going anywhere. That's a buck for life for sure. Yeah,
and I think Vince Wilfork, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he play for the Texans at the end of his career?
Yes, he did.
Yeah. So
but that's a Warren Sapp type situation.
Warren Sapp played for us too.
I know that, but I'm saying at the end of his career, I could see him potentially maybe playing a year or two somewhere else. But he'll be known as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Salute to Rob. Thanks for getting me through these last couple of hours of work, guys. Falling out of my chair. Salute to Robert on the $5 special. Ty, we're definitely trying to make our way out there, brother.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. You know what the problem is? That time of year is a messed up time of year for me. Yeah. So I got to see if that's going to be a game I'm going to hit.
If we do, I'm going to fly out to Jersey. We're going to drive down there on some Shieldmore shit. So stay tuned, Ty. My brother, I'll keep you posted. Tyler said, would you trade Kolton Miller? Yeah, that's not happening.
That's not happening, but yeah, I would.
Yeah, I definitely would. And you know what's so crazy? And Tyler, maybe this is not maybe this isn't a popular sentiment here, but you're trying to trade the third best player in that equation for 1 and 2 out of the 3.
Yeah, they're both. Look, at the end of the day, we like Kolton. We drafted him.
Yeah, we love him.
We love him. He's been dependable, and we haven't had a lot of success in the draft until recent. So I think when we start talking about players that are still around, we get a little Raider dysmorphia.
Yeah,
we get a little attached to guys who play well. But if I'm being honest, Kolton Miller is a top 15 guy at his position.
Definitely top 10, top 10 a lot when he's healthy.
I don't know if he's a top 10 guy at this point, right? Let's go.
I see Kolton be a top 7 left tackle in football,
bro. Let's go through it. Like this year, like this year, you think this year, last year, and the year after that? Like I don't know if he's a top.
I'm gonna say this season.
All right, let's go through average salary, right? Let's go through average salary in the National Football League, and we're gonna go through that position.
While you do that, Paper Chase, you are right. They just got Charles Cross as well, so they wouldn't want to make a move for Kolton Miller. You're definitely right there. As you look at that real quick, let me bring this up. I wanted to see, where do you see Trey Hendrickson going? Back to Cincinnati, USC. I don't see him leaving anywhere. I don't. The Commanders just signed Von Miller. TJ Watt is back to Pittsburgh. There's the situations for Trey Hendrickson are kind of being minimized now. There's not that many spots. I mean, does he want to go to Arizona?
Unless somebody just jumps out the window, right?
Yeah, maybe Philly. Maybe they want to get another. I don't know, but I see him remaining in Cincinnati, then figuring that out very soon, and him sticking around with Cincinnati.
All right. So let's get into you got some just tackles right across the league, right? Number one highest paid tackle in football is Tristan Wirfs. Kolton Miller's not better than Tristan Wirfs.
No.
Penei Sewell's a right tackle, but I don't think that Kolton is better than Penei Sewell at this point. He's not better than Trent Williams ever in his lifetime. He's not better than Christian Darrisaw. He's not better than Lane Johnson. He's not better than Laramie Tunsil.
But you're compacting all like
look, because a lot of them, you got two right tackles in that equation. I'm going to keep going though. Most of these guys are left tackles, right? Tunsil's a left tackle. Lane Johnson's a right, but he's a tackle. Darrisaw's a left tackle. Trent's a left tackle. Wirfs is a left tackle, right? He's not better than Jake Matthews. He's not better than Andrew Thomas. He's not better than Joy Maliata. He's not better than Garrett Bowles, right? He's not better than Deion Dawkins. He's not better than Taylor Decker. He's not better than Ronnie Stanley when he's healthy.
You gotta relax, man.
Yo, he's not better than Alaric Jackson.
Chat, boo this man. Boo,
look, bro. I'm just being for real here, bro. Like I'm being
for real.
I love this team, bro. But I'm not gonna sit up here and cap. Like, bro, Tristan Wirfs and these young boys are balling, bro.
Well, no, you mentioned him in I mean, come on,
bro. I just named okay. Look, I'm gonna take Penei Sewell out of it, right? Wirfs, Williams, that's 2. Darrisaw's 3. Tunsil's 4. Andrew Thomas is 5. Jake Matthews is 6. Mayata is 9. Bowles from Denver is phenomenal. He's 10. Dan Moore, Deion Dawkins, Taylor Decker, Ronnie Stanley. Come on, bro.
Hey, this makes sense, you guys. I think that Wasted finally found out that Kolton Miller is from Sacramento, California, and he's just trying to get back at me for any way. It's this Newark and Sacramento rivalry. It has to be, man.
Bro,
you named every tackle in football, and you said they're all better than Kolton Miller.
Bro, I'm letting you know that Kolton Miller has been hurt. Kolton Miller is not better than them dudes, bro. Like, yo, is he possibly as good? Yeah, but I can't say it. So can I say Kolton Miller is better than Tristan Wirfs and Trent Williams and Quentin
but what I'm saying,
so he's better. Is he better than Laramie Tunsil?
Was Kolton Miller one of the best left tackles in football last year when he finally got his shoulder, when he started getting his strength back?
Bro,
from the middle to the end of the season, Kolton Miller was one of the best tackles in football.
He was very, very good, bro. But the thing is, I'm not saying that he was better than Tunsil and Andrew Thomas and Jake Matthews, and because your ability is your availability.
I would rather have Kolton than either one of those guys.
What, the Andrew Thomas?
No, Dan Moore and Deion Dawkins, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
Bro, listen, I don't know about
He's 98 and a half years old.
Yo, Taylor Decker, Ronnie Stanley. Like, come on, bro. Yo, Alaric Jackson.
Let's get off the topic of throwing smut on Kolton Miller's name.
I'm not throwing smut on him. What I'm telling you is there's a reason why the Raiders are not running out there to sign him.
Yes.
And the reason is that, one, they want to see how healthy he is because, like I said, John Spytek and Pete Carroll, they're into having healthy players, right? Everyone is, right? Then when you look at it, yo, this is a damn good draft for offensive tackles. And it's a damn good draft coming up. And then the free agents next year. So they're like, man, do I want to get in the Kolton Miller business going into the twilight of his career, or do I want to change that? And then I have a young guy on his roster that I'm very high on. I understand why the Raiders are doing that.
Real quick, hey, 4555. If you serious, bro, I will definitely take that. I appreciate you. And I will definitely put your name in some raffle coming up with some jerseys. So stay tuned. If you definitely have some, that's in Dallas though, right? It's
yo, man, don't give this guy jack. He doesn't deserve it. Hey, F up out of here.
Hey, man, see, bro, that's what I be talking about, man. You know, hey, they recognize real shit, Wasted. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, you know what, man? You know, he respects Kolton Miller. He didn't say that every left tackle in the NFL is better.
I'm not.
Graphk?
Get the F up out of here, Graphk. Listen, at the end of the day, right?
But you did mention
Cole Miller 3 years ago. You damn right.
Oh, but you mentioned some dirty names. You did mention some dirty names.
So, all right. So, you think you name one guy that I mentioned that you like? There's some guys that are younger than him and stuff like that. Like that. That's the thing, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't have Kolton Miller. My point was I don't have him as a top 10 guy.
Appreciate you, brother. That's nothing. There's nothing against saying he's not a top 10 guy.
And don't with this PFF crap.
Come on, hey, little bro. Come on, Brendan. That's my little bro right there. Hey, talk that PFF talk. Talk that PFF talk. Yeah, Primo. There was some nasty, disgusting names in that mix, man.
There was not one that Dan Moore. Okay, all right, bad wasted. But there's not another person there that you can say, oh, wasted.
Imagine talking about porn and you mentioning the most ugliest porn stars imaginable.
All right, guys, listen. Thank you to all of our sponsors who have just left because this jackwagon is talking about the P word.
Let me chill out. But let me ask you this.
Ruben Crust, you get the F out of here with that crap.
Crust again, baby.
Crust, man.
Look, my God. Wasted listed 30 tackles, and who are some of the worst tackles? Dan Moore even starting this year. 80% of those tackles have had injuries. I guess me and Wasted think George Halani is a better left tackle.
Yo, Ruben Rust. Yo, George Halani must be living in your garage right now. Where's George Halani at? Does he play for the Seahawks now?
I think Rust sent me something. I could be tripping. Rust, was that you that sent me something on Instagram the other day saying he's out there in Vegas practicing? I swear he sent me a video saying that Halani was out there with the Raiders working out at some park or something like that. Salute the Rube. I appreciate you on a $10 smackaroonie, man. Appreciate you, my brother. Get a few more questions in, you guys, before we get out of here. Wasted has work brain right now.
Oh my God! Listen, man.
Now, but I want to ask you, real talk, like off the subject of wherever we rank Kolton. Okay, what do you think the situation is with him at this point? Me and Sanjit talked about it a ton. Do you think that they just honestly want to see what Charles Grant looks like in training camp and see if he can get up to speed pretty quick? I think he needs to put on some more muscle, get some more strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know, he reminds me of this from a frame perspective. He reminds me of the Brickashaw Ferguson.
Yes, I can see that. I can definitely see that.
But I think the thing with Cole Miller is exactly
long arms.
Yeah. Look. I think the thing with him is that they want to know what player he is. Is he the guy in the beginning of the season? Or is the guy in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
They don't know that yet. They haven't coached him yet, right? I like Cole Miller. He's very loyal to the Raiders, just as a man, right? And wherever he goes in his career, whether he stays, whether he retires a Raider, I'll always be a Colt Miller fan.
Yes, definitely.
But John Spytek and Pete Carroll are brilliant for doing what they're doing because you want to get rid of a player a year too early than a year too late.
Yes, agreed. Because
if you look at, all of this nostalgic stuff, right? We were mad about Josh Jacobs. We were terrible. We were pissed. And now what we've done is we got rid of him, and now we went out there and drafted one of the best college running backs just from a college career of all time.
Yeah, and we had to have 1 year of a lot of just a terrible Russian attack to get there. But you're right, we definitely moved on from an all-pro guy to bringing in a guy that's supposed to be
that should be one, right? And then now if you do that, now that contract looks like a bargain in the next 4 years.
Yo, real quick, Brendan asked, do y'all think Jermaine Pratt or Landon Roberts has the green dot by game 1?
I don't know if either one has it.
Okay.
I don't know if either one has it because, you got to look at something, man. They play that a lot of that cover 3 stuff, right? I think with Pete Carroll, he sees what's going to happen. He's probably going to play a lot of 3-4, 4-3, right? So you might have a situation where you might have, those guys being a Will and a Sam, and they might be giving the mic to Tommy Eichenberg. They might be giving it to Devin White. I don't know, man. But what I would tell you is I would probably put my money on Eichenberg being the green dot.
Hey, you know what's funny? F the Knicks and gout walks. Salute to the biggest wasted hater on planet Earth. I talked to him about Blue Chew today.
Yo, look, man. It's funny, man. It's funny. Look, you guys got to understand something, man. I will shamelessly plug any pill. No, I'm kidding.
You guys want to have the weekend of your life? Do you want to be like me on Miami Beach with my beautiful wife kicking it? Go get you a triple stack Blue Dolphin.
That's what I'm talking about, man. See, you guys, listen, all of you sponsors out there, just look at how it's done right here.
Wasted has no idea what I just did either, because then he's going to be like, if you knew what I just said right now, you'd have been like, oh, we're not getting any sponsors at all.
No, I know what you just did, and I'm trying to clean it up. I'm trying to clean it up. Thanks a lot, bro.
We are. Appreciate that fire content. My dudes, for real, for real. Salute to my guys. Salute to Gio. Kolton just called. He said, return those gifts wasted. You've been unceremoniously blocked.
The F about it here, Giovanni.
Salute to Funky. Salute to Gio as well. Appreciate you, brother. Franchise Miller next year. Draft another guy and make Grant compete. Talk funky hair, man. Salute to my guy, man. Appreciate you.
So is your hair a funky looking style, or does it actually smell?
I think it's like a funky hairdo. Like,
I think his hair actually smells. I think he has like matted dreads, like Bobby Condors. I'm telling you right now, I'll be rocking you.
Salute to my guy, funky hair, man. He said yes.
Yes.
Salute. You guys get a few more questions in, man. We're hit the hour mark. Once again, man, salute to everybody watching on Twitter. Salute to everybody watching on Waste's channel, my channel on YouTube. If you guys can, get those likes up, wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs. Also, hit that subscribe button on both channels. Also, you want to salute our new listeners on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Salute to you guys. Every show we do moving forward will be available audio-wise on
Libsyn as well.
Libsyn as well, yes. So we'll be sharing the links afterwards on Twitter, Instagram, and all that good stuff. So if you guys are tuning in audio only, salute to you guys, man. We appreciate you. We told you guys we were going to do it this year. We've been asked a million times to put the audio podcast together, and guess what? We're finally here. So salute to all
and everyone that's listening from the audio perspective, right? This is Wasted Talent speaking. If you're not familiar with me, we also have content on YouTube, so you can see visually the people that we're talking about in the chat. It is one of the great experiences in Raider content.
Yes,
being a part of the Get Off My Lawn gang and or the Green Dot gang. It is a spectacular time. So come on over here to YouTube, to Raider Nation Unlimited, or come on over to OLV. We have cookies.
Fact. And come be a part of the most interactive chat in YouTube history, at least Raider YouTube history, man. Salute to Ty. Got that pill for when that gilf catches your eye. Salute to Ty, man.
But you can use your Halloweener.
Can't use your Halloweener. Yo, salute to Halloweener, man. He will be on the show soon.
Halloweener is going to be in here week one.
Previewing the Raiders and Patriots game. We got to do it.
That's right, man.
You know what? We got to do that show and just bring them on and let's just have some fun. We should do a Graphk wasted the Graphk show. Yeah. Bring them on and just we'll jump.
I'm gonna fry him for looking like a backup member of B2K, not B2K, but the Backstreet Boys. That boy looked like an NSYNC backup dancer, bro.
Yeah, bro. My guy definitely look very new syncish for sure. Salute to Ty, man. Appreciate you, brother. Salute, man, once again to everybody here in the building. For those who are just joining, Christian Wilkins has been officially placed on the PUP list. So we're on watch to see when and where he'll be back. I don't know if that is week 1. I don't know if that's week 4, week 5. We have a nice little window to figure out what we're doing with Christian Wilkins before we have to sit him down for the season. So we'll get some more information soon, but it looks as though he's gonna be missing training camp. He is a veteran wasted. He's 29, I believe, right? I mean, essentially, you want him out there, but I mean, he's a vet. You know what I mean? A lot of these guys skip training camp around this damn age. Anyways, also Jack Besh is officially signed. He is a Raider, you guys. Great news for our year 1 rookie out of TCU. I'm expecting big things from him out of him at the wide receiver position. Salute to Inked Survivor Raiders. Salute to my guy, man. And for those on the audio podcast, we get very disrespectful with the loudness. So I mean, yes, Wasted just he just bless you, brother.
Thank you. I just sneezed. I'm sorry. But hey, can I ask you a question, man, with this whole Christian Wilkins thing? Say, for instance, Christian Wilkins has that PUP situation be extended and he can't play and they have to put him out for the season, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you bring him back next offseason, or do you jettison him and bring in someone else?
It's just really dependent on where his health is. I mean, if he's healthy and he's good to go, you can't just move on from a top 10 defensive tackle for the sake of doing it. Well, I mean, when healthy, he's a top 10 guy.
So this is the thing, right? If you don't play for like a year and a half or 2 years for the most part, you're no longer a top 10 anything.
Well, no, I agree, but I'm also, it's not, those kind of players don't grow on trees. Wasted. Like, this is the thing. If he's fresh, healthy, good to go, doctors, hey, your foot, you're good. And also remember this: in another year or so, that contract's going to be a steal. It will be. We see this year in and year out. And we watched it with Max Crosby in weeks. His deal was a steal now. So next year, if we have to sit Christian Wilkins this year, and you're looking around the climate of the NFL level at the defensive tackle position, the market is nasty. I mean, bro, why move on from him? You know what I mean? To me, it doesn't make any sense. If dependent on his health.
Well, there's a few caveats, right? You went out there and you addressed that room in a real way. In this offseason, you had 2 picks, right? So what happens if Pegues and Tonka develop in a way where this is what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So look, for me, right, it's imperative that Christian Wilkins plays this year, because if he doesn't, I'm moving on, right? Yeah. Because listen, at the end of the day, if I've had you here and in the first 2 years of your contract you were pretty much hurt the whole time, I'm moving on. I'm addressing that with a younger player, and I'm getting some draft compensation. I'm moving on.
This is the thing. I don't think Pegues is going to be ready by then. I don't think that Tonka is going to be ready by then. I don't know if they ever will be. And this is no knock to those guys. They went where they went in this draft class. If anything, if you don't believe that those guys are ready to go and you want to move off that contract, just go get one early in the draft next year. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
even that. That's what. See, the thing is, the currency of hope is not enough for me to keep you around and have you a guy that's making top 10 money at your position.
Yeah.
Right. So production is what backs up the money in the National Football League. It is the ultimate meritocracy in sports. Yeah. You cannot have a guy who you bring in and it was a great deal, and that's one of those times where you got to chalk that loss up and say, hey man, this was one of those contracts that did not work. It was from the last regime, and we're going to bring in a guy that we like. Yeah. Because this is not their mistake, and they're not going to wear that mistake.
I don't think it's a mistake, and I'm not ready to write Christian Wilkins off just yet. I see a lot of people in the nation pissed off about him because injuries happen, and people think he's stealing money from us. That is not the case. The guy got hurt.
No, he's not. He's not.
Yeah.
And I'm not
like you. I'm just talking about people on Twitter, Instagram, and the chat. He's stealing from us. How was he stealing? He deserved that contract.
Yeah, he did. He did. But this is the thing. He deserved it playing for the Miami Dolphins, right? So yes. So fast forward, I think it's imperative that he put some good tape on the field this year.
Yeah.
It's imperative for me. It's imperative, because if he doesn't, then to me, I view that contract as something that just did not work out. Not like it's a mistake, like he's a bum or he's trying to be malicious in his intent, but it's just something that didn't work out. There are times where players go to certain places and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, agreed.
And you have to be savvy enough to recognize that from an organizational standpoint.
Yeah. Hey, Damian Lillard said, "Oh, Milwaukee, let me go ahead and get back to Portland."
Yeah, and let's see how that works, right? Let's see if it's Dame time ever again.
I love it. And probably not, but either way, he's back where he needs to be. So J Money, this is the thing. Me and Wasted always laugh behind the scenes because the Knicks have way more talent than my Sacramento Kings. I'm not going to act like we're even close there, but it's funny with Mike Brown. My expectations are very low. I just want the young guys to play a ton this year. I love Neek, our rookie out of Colorado State. I'm excited to watch him and the big fella from Stanford. Let the young guys go. But I'm telling you right now, Waste is going to have an aneurysm at some point this season with those rotations.
Thank you for giving me an aneurysm and killing me off, Graphk. I appreciate that.
Let me say this: you'll survive it. Okay, like it's just going to be like a brain bruise.
Oh, so instead of me coming over here being sharp, I'll be up here drooling out the side. I'll be sounding like.
It sounded like with your Colton Miller take, you were already kind of there. You know what I mean? So, I'm just
man. Listen, with friends like this, who needs enemies? Man? Listen, let me tell you guys something. This whole Washington game, it's off. Damn, flip out of here.
How many times have we talked shit on the phone and on the way out, you're like, all right, man, all right, kill yourself.
Yeah, there you go.
You're a disgusting, despicable human being.
Yes, but not in public.
But wait, so what do you think about the Knicks?
Look, man, I think the one thing that you get, Mike Brown's a defensive coach. He has a similar resume to Tibbs, but barring the fact that he had LeBron James and went to the finals and stuff like that, right? Yeah. But I think the one thing you get with Mike Brown that you don't get, and this is me being full glass half full because I didn't want Mike Brown. What you get is you get a guy that understands the nuance of substitution and not burning your guys out. right? And then you also get a situation where there must have been something with Tibbs and somebody in that organization, the wrong person in that organization, because I think it's a complete joke for them to say that Leon Rose was the one who spearheaded this. Like Leon Rose and World Wide West. Look, Leon Rose was Tom Thibodeau's agent. He was the one who got him the contract, and then they made him the GM. And then he gave him more money. Like Leon Rose didn't want to do that. It's 100% James Dolan jumping in, and for some reason he has this thing where every time the Knicks are doing well, he has to go, wait, hold on, but I'm the owner.
I think this move was great, though, in a sense of this is the most defensive talent. And I'm not saying you guys are the greatest defensive basketball team, but there's more defensive talent on your roster than there was with the Kings. So I think that he'll be able to unlock some of those guys. But I mean, hey, man, we'll see.
It's not even that. It's just the fact that, James Dolan, anytime the Knicks are playing well, here he comes with his nonsense. We go to the finals. Everything's lovely. Then he comes in and starts trading for Vin Baker and all this bull crap. Listen, the guy
Vin was drunk when he signed the deal.
Bro, he needs to step. So you take a guy that has a drinking problem and put him in New York City. That's a great move, bro.
Yeah.
Instead of and get him out of Milwaukee. Yeah. Right?
I love Vin.
Wait, was he in Seattle then?
He was in Seattle.
He was in Seattle. But listen to the thing. James Dolan will leave the Rangers alone, and the Rangers go to the Stanley Cup, and they play well, and they're always in the playoffs because he doesn't care about the Rangers. Yeah. But he cares about the Knicks too much, and it pisses me off. And this is the owner. Mike Francesa was on the radio trying to say, I have people in the building. This wasn't James Dolan. This wasn't James. I'm like, get the F up out of here. That's why I love. This is why I love Chris Mad Dog Russo, because he kept it real. He was 100% James Dolan. 100% Dolan. Yeah. I know people 30 years in that building. So I'm sorry.
I love this name right here. Ask a Bum. Raider Nation from Milwaukee here, man. Salute to my guy with a $2
Ask a Bum. The F you ask. You got to change that name if you're going to. So you asking us a question and calling us bums?
With Wilkins, maybe we don't cut him, but we definitely restructure his contract, and he takes a pay cut, especially if the new guys ball out. He restructured last year, right? Or was it the offseason?
Yeah, man. Listen, bro. No more restructure.
Yeah, no more. Ty, look, this is the thing, man. I'll say this. I'll give him some time to get over this situation. I want to see him at some point this season, even if it's whenever we can bring him back. I need to see some tape on Christian Wilkins this year. Definitely. I do.
Yeah. I need to see him on the field, man. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Yeah. Ty, my brother, appreciate you. Salute to Ask a Bum once again. What fan base do you guys think is the most similar to the Raiders? I say the Ravens or the Bears. It's the Eagles. It's the Eagles to me. The Eagles
talking about a ravenous fan base.
The Eagles are the Buffalo Bills.
You know what? I would say the Cleveland Browns.
I was going to say Cleveland, the third team, probably.
The Browns fan base is phenomenal, and they haven't had a whole lot to cheer for, such as us. Yeah. So I would probably say that. I mean, the Eagles are winning Super Bowls and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm gonna be real with you, man. The Eagles have been successful for a very, very long time. My entire life, they've been successful. There have been times where, like, in between the Randall Cunningham years and in between McNabb, where you had Rodney Peete and Bobby Hoying and all these guys starting. Because I'm from Rodney High Stakes Pete, and look, man, Coy Detmer and all this crap.
High Stakes Detmer.
But look, man, they had a heaping helping of Andy Reid, right? And before that, they had the Buddy Ryan years. We talk about the Richie Kotite years when they were bad, right? But the Eagles have been good for a very long time.
No, they have.
They have been good for a very long time. So I can't compare them to us, right?
And now they have the best general manager in football.
Yeah, and not now. They've had Howie Roseman's been there for 20 years, right?
Well, that's what I mean compared to years when we growing up.
And then us growing up, the Buffalo Bills. I mean, my God, they went to 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah.
Right. So the Buffalo Bills, I don't think that computes, bro. I really
think the Braves of the NFL.
Yeah. So the Browns haven't had a meaningful win since Otto Graham was their quarterback. Like, bro, to me, it's the Brown. I got to give it to the dog pound.
Okay. Salute to George. I love this. And this is what we were talking about. Wilk on the PUP versus the IR is big. We've got some young pups can rotate in next to Butler, and maybe Tariq finds a spot in those NASCAR packages. Salute to my guy, George. This is facts. It's great to see him on the PUP list compared to the IR. We get an opportunity to allow him to get healthy, and then we can monitor him here very, very soon. Salute to my guy, George. Ask a bum with another $5 smackaroonie. No, I'm formerly a homeless man who just earned his master's degree. That's where the bum thing comes from. There's been media story. That is crazy. Hey,
oh, that's dope. So I get to ask you stuff. So you were formerly a bum, and now it is like the pursuit of happiness. Thank you, Ask a Bum. You're the man.
This is true. Salute to Ask a Bum. Send me an article to Graphk916 on Instagram or Graphk Raider on Twitter. I want to see this. Send me that over. Let me check it out, man.
And guess what? I will definitely ask a bum.
I used to ask bums all the time to buy me Black & Milds and 40 ounces.
So would that not make you a bum?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't old enough. I was a young whippersnapper. You know what I'm saying? So, I wasn't old enough. You know what I mean? Hey, man, salute to everybody here in the building, man. As always, USC, have a great night. Salute to the chat. Always, man, we just want to give you guys your praise. We love and appreciate every single one of you guys. Wipe them feet. Yes, ask about Graphk 916, Graphk 916.
Yes, and send it to me as well. wastedtalent707@gmail.com.
Yes, we want to see that. We definitely want to check that out. And if that is true, I want to shed some light on that story. I think that is phenomenal, man. You got anything on the way out, brother?
No, man. I tell you like this though, Graph. The Graph and Wasted show, I will say humbly, it's the best thing going today.
No, I disagree. I think the Wasted and Graph show is better.
No, the Graph and Wasted, it's the same damn thing. Same thing, right? Let's like Ren and 10, right? Yeah. But listen, there are a lot. There are a lot of people,
Dalmatians, baby.
That's right. There are a lot of people who have things to say. There are a lot of people who talk trash. But let me tell you something, man. there is not a more dynamic duo in Raiderdom. I will say ever, man. I am gonna humbly say that. Damn it, give us our damn respect.
Talk. Salute to our brother Wasted, and we'll start to do these more frequently now, you guys, because football is back. So stay tuned. We'll definitely have another show next week, and then once this season starts, we're gonna start having some sponsorships between us. So we're gonna be doing a lot more shows together as a duo as well, man. So make sure you guys pull up. Blast. The next show should be. I mean, we'll probably end up doing a solo show, if not tomorrow a piece. If not, we'll definitely be doing a solo by Sunday. So just subscribe to both channels. We'll definitely be active every step of the way. Oh, also, man, Hammer may be pissed off about this because he's been kind of throwing little clues out there, but I don't care. I'm going to be the one to say it. I don't give a shit. He should be live with Dylan Lowby on Sunday on his channel. So stay tuned for that, you guys. Go jump over there and listen to our guy Dylan talk about the off season. He just had a camp out there in his local area of New York. They're going to talk about that. Hammer was just out there kicking it with Dylan the other day. It was great to be able to get those guys together. They love each other, bro. Dylan was like, man, your boy is so dope. You know what I mean? I was like, that's dope, bro. So it's good to see Hammer. Bro.
Some bros on the side, some brosy.
So it's good to see our brother out there moving and shaking. Hammer. Once again, you guys, Wasted will be live soon with Sincere McCormick. The situation that happened with the flood, he was not able to do the show, but that will be right around the corner. They've both been trying to figure out a time and date that works for both of them. And then we got more guests on the way. So stay tuned, man. And on the way out, salute to Snake Fist. Greetings, yo, Graph. I tried to upgrade to tier 3 yesterday. 8 times and the site would not upgrade. Called my company and had 8 charges pending. What up?
I don't know. That's YouTube, brother.
Yeah, Snake. I don't know, brother. Contact YouTube. Contact them and see what's up. I promise you, I got nothing from that. So I don't know. Keep me in the loop and let me know what happens with that. But definitely contact YouTube immediately and see what happens, because I've never had anybody had an issue with upgrading ever. So Snake Fist, you already know we love you, Campo, and it's no disrespect, but I have no idea what happened with that. But man, other than that, man, once again, salute to everybody here. As always, love and appreciate you guys. We will see you guys very, very soon. We are outro 1.